No. Vai, passi. Sì, ho visto
No.
No, sono foto della montagna.
Ah, montagne italiane?
Montagne, sì, tutte montagne. Mountain is one of my greatest passions. Indeed, probably the greatest one. The first time I ever go to the mountains, it was when I was 2 months. And from that moment on, I never stopped going there. I definitely owe this passion to my parents, who have always brought me and made me love it. Today, I'm here to transmit my passion to those who have not been lucky like me and never had never the opportunities to go to the mountains. Well, first of all, why go to the mountains? After all, mountains requires effort and sacrifice, and only repairs with some beautiful views, of which, all in all, you can do even less. So the question is always the same: why go? Many people go to the beach to relax because they associate physical rest as a cure for mental stress accumulated during the week. But then, when they come back home, they are more stressed than when they had left, because of the traffic encountered, the noise on the beach, and in general, all the confusion that always exists in these places. Personally, mountain is my weekly outburst. The place to go after a long week spent in the middle of the chaos of the city, between frenzy and pollution. The place where there is silence and peace. That place where nobody hurries you, and that place where you have time and day to reflect on yourself, on your life. Although the physical effort is remarkable, I assure you that mental benefits will be great. However, to do this, it's not enough to go to the mountains. Many people spend their weekend in mountains, but yet they don't find what I'm talking about. Why? What's the difference between me and them? Well, the difference consists in the lies in the concept of mountain itself. What we mean by the phrase, yesterday I went to the mountain. For most people, it means that they went somewhere with an elevation of more 600 meters. At midday, they had lunch. Then they took a walk around the lake, and at the end, they got back in the car and they come back home. My concept of mountains is profoundly different. For me, going to mountain for me means start walking early in the morning and enter through woods, streams, and lakes, and in the middle of ivory knuckle of rocks, in those places where the silence is the king. Look at this place, for example. The silence and was perfect, and the effort was a lot, but just as great as the pleasure to be there. Going to mountain for me means walking and walking to arrive at the top of a mountain to look at what the beautiful thing, in my opinion, in the world, nature. After so much effort, I assure you that eating a cold sandwich it's the best things you have ever tasted. And it's also the beauty of mountain. It teaches you to appreciate the little things. Actually, it teaches you so much more things. And also, in that moment, you do not realize these things. Important things for everyday lives, like patience, knowing when to give up a target that is not achievable for external condition. It teaches you psychological and physical resistance, adaptability to the most different and difficult situation, as well as to friendship and a very strong mutual trust. The message I want to share today with this talk is that mountains, of course, is beautiful 365 days a year, and in all 4 seasons. But above all, it's definitely a place of great physical effort, but it's also a place where you can find mental wellness and peace inner. It's not necessary to go so far to find places like this. It looks like more, right? Actually, it is much closer to us than you think. Well, next Sunday, try to go, instead to go to the beach, try to go to the mountain and try to start walking along a path, and you will see that you discover a world that you didn't not even imagine existed. Thank you.